Yo, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Brown Uncensored Show. On this program, I talk a little bit about everything. It may be pop culture related, but it's probably Ash Brown related. So you got to stay tuned to see what I'm going to talk about. I want to talk about New York, all right? New York is always in my heart. It's always a part of me. I will always love the Bronx, where we hail from, but it's just crazy. When I bring up the Bronx now, like, people tense up, and I'm like, what are they tensing up? It's the Bronx. The Bronx doesn't have the best reputation, and because of that, when people hear that people are from the Bronx, like, I mean, it's just like, oh my God, deer in headlights. Oh my gosh, I'll look her in the face. She's from the Bronx. The Bronx, I have very idealistic memories of the Bronx. I was 6 when I left. Okay, I was 6 years old when I left the Bronx, and I left with a very idealistic memory of the Bronx, mostly because it was the only place that I had ever lived. I had never lived anywhere. I'd visited other places, but I had never lived anywhere else. And when we left and we came to the South, it was day and night, y'all. It was completely day and night. But like I said, the Bronx is just a wonderful place. But I will say that recently I went on Google Maps and I looked at the street that we lived on, y'all. It looks kind of crazy. It looks kind of... Now I'm like, oh, this is why the people don't like the Bronx. It just looks a little unsettling. And it's not the way that I remember it. Because, like I said, a little tyke like myself, at that time, the Bronx was everything. The Bronx was the sun and the moon for me. And to see how it is now and the street that we used to live on, it's interesting. It just makes you stop and think, wow, like, so much has happened in life, so much has, changed. And New York is just a wonderful place. I love New York. I will always love New York. Nothing anyone can say about New York will have me to not love the NYC. However, it's expensive as heck to live in New York today, y'all. Have y'all seen them prices? Rent and mortgage, that's crazy. I mean, last year, I believe, they kicked out majority of the people out of Manhattan. If they didn't make, I think, like $250,000 a year, they were kicked out. They were like evicted. I'm like, how was that? How was that right? But that type of stuff has been happening across the country for real. But New York especially, it's crazy. But that was one thing that you say, if you could survive in New York, you could survive anywhere. You could literally survive anywhere. But I do miss the Bronx, but I think I miss the memories that I had of the Bronx. That's me with my family, me going to school. It was just a beautiful beginning to a childhood. It was beautiful. And I love it. And I miss it. And I'm left with the memories, which are good. I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh my gosh, I just miss the Bronx and nothing else matters. No, I miss the Bronx and I love the Bronx. But that was for a moment in time. And I take it for what it is. And so much is different today. Everything's different today. I mean, so many things have changed. Yet, people remain the same. I would say today, check on your strong friends. That person that you think has it all together, has got all the answers and knows everything. Check on your strong friends, because sometimes people appear in a way that makes them seem higher than life. They put on this pedestal and, they can do no wrong, and they're just so great and everything's wonderful. And life is not wonderful all the time. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say that. But some of those strong people that some of those strong people in your life, they deserve to be checked up on. So do that today. Reach out to that family member, that friend, that distant relative, and just check on them. Even if you just send a text. Hey, how you doing today? Hey, how's it going? Something to indicate how they're doing. Because sometimes that makes a world of difference. I'm just saying. Anyways, have a wonderful, purposeful, peaceful, productive week ahead. And I will holler at y'all later. Thank you for checking out the Ash Said It show on all streaming platforms. Been doing that show since 2014, and I can't believe it. Like, this is 10 years? Wow. Wow. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And we got some bigger and better things coming. Stay tuned.